Hi friends, I wanted to share with you, I've been having my rastas, which are my hair dreadlocks. Some people call them that. I like to call them my little rastas. In India they call them jatas. And they're I crocheted hook my hair to be like this. And this has been 7 years of my hair being like this, and I found new ways to style it. Like I brushed out the ends, I put hair wraps, I also braid the loose ends, and it's kind of like my art at this point. And I feel these are considered mature dreadlocks or dreads because I've had them for so long that they did start to thicken up and get thicker. When I first started, they were like the size of a little bigger than spaghetti noodles, but I feel like my hair is at the point where it feels really healthy and soft, and I know like how to take care of it, having partial locks. I've always had partial locks, like with my bangs being a little shorter out, and I like the style because it's like a little layered. And recently I I brushed out for locks, and this is even clumped together. If you fluff it up, it even gets bigger. One dreadlock that I brushed out, it was like the size of my palm, but lately I've been feeling like a little bit of a headache or tension, but it was just at the crown of my head right here. And I had, like, the longer you have locks, you're tempted to, well, I should just lock my whole hair. But I feel this works out best for my type of hair type, which is Caucasian or whatnot they call us, and I have very fine hair that naturally wants to lock, and I don't like brushing out rat nest. And it did take several days, but I got to brush out more of my hair, and it was pretty healthy underneath. So I brushed out the top section, which now I enjoy because it just feels more softer and healthy. And I just can't believe this is what came out of my hair. I've brushed out my dreads before, just like to get the loose ends, and this doesn't really shock me anymore. But for someone who may not have locks or may think about getting locks, just realize that you are gonna carry some weight the longer that you have them, because the dead hair that would usually come out from using a hairbrush, it falls and it connects to your locks. And your hair is actually pretty healthy because you don't use any sort of curling irons, dye, straighteners. You don't put tons of products in your hair. I feel my hair has always been very healthy, silky, smooth, very straight. And what I love about having locks is that, yeah, it may be a little bit heavier, but it's so much less like boring than my hair that I used to have. I used to always put like feathers or something in there, or like beads. I used hair wrap since I was 16, and I just love how this is more permanent. And to me, it's less maintenance because I don't have to brush my hair every day. And now I know how to take care of it, so then it doesn't feel so dry when you touch the locks. They used to be very dry because I didn't do nothing to them. Now I know about the oils and hair care and how to care for them since I've had them for almost over 7 years now. But yeah, what I would recommend is partial locks, having loose hairs. And you still got to make sure to keep an eye on it so then your loose hair doesn't turn into a lock. So you got to maintain it, but it's way less maintenance than having a full head of hair. And I just listened to my body intuition, and my body was giving me signals because I was drinking plenty of water. I knew that I wasn't getting a headache just at the crown of my head right here because of not drinking enough water or dehydration. I was having a headache because I was carrying around this extra hair that I didn't need to carry around. And it was just too thick, and I want to be able to like use a hair tie, put it up without feeling like so much weight on my shoulders, on my crown of my head. So now it's like less, and I like it. Like I'm at a happy point of my hair, just like letting it be how it wants to be, and it just feels very healthy this way. And I like that it's softer on the top. I used to have just a lot of, and I just felt like the weight of it was making my scalp hurt and sore, and now I don't have the soreness up here anymore, so that's really good news. And yeah, having locks too, it's kind of like some days you're gonna love them and you're gonna be so happy about it, and then some days you're gonna want to brush them out, or they feel just weird when they touch your skin sometimes. You're like, oh, I just want my regular hair. But this is a journey of accepting yourself. I love my locks because it's different. Not everybody's gonna approve the way my hair is. I've gotten comments like, oh, do you brush your hair, or is there bugs in there, or do you have hay in your hair? So people will make their comments, whatever, right? It's about what you're comfortable and what you feel like you want to embody in this life. And I just love like the wild woman, and this hair just feels like my childhood dream of just not having to brush out my rat nest, is what they were called when I was a child. I just have like this trauma of a brush, like, and it was fairly easy to remove my locks. All I needed was a comb like this. A rat tail comb is what they call it. And then I just went through it and slowly separated, and then I would comb it out. And it worked. It just took a few days to do a few locks. I would stop and take a break so then I wouldn't have too much irritation in my scalp. But after I washed my hair and everything, like, I'm really happy with the results, and I just feel lighter and happier and better now that I don't have this. I feel like I can tolerate the weight down here more than up at my top scalp, and that is the benefits of choosing to only do partial locks. I encourage you to just be yourself and not care about what other people are thinking, because we have one life, and if you feel comfortable in the skin you're in, you know, it's not so much about the outer appearance. I have a message with what my locks carry, and that is memories of being in Costa Rica and really starting to embrace the wild woman even more in another country, and having them form naturally, and just wanting to officially then lock my hair in Oregon. I got to find a woman who actually helped me separate them. And over the years, I just started adding more and more in my hair, just like, oh, why not? And I did that with the crochet hook method, back combing, twisting, and then kind of pulling up, not ripping. And if you want your hair to have a break from cutting it or dyeing it or whatever, people use heat methods and just lots of products. If you want to take a break from that and just have a more holistic thing, just know that you can indeed brush out your locks. And yeah, it may take a while to do it, but it kind of got addicting to see like how it would be when it's brushed out, because I'm not used to having the combed out hair. So yeah, I would recommend locks. You get to meet a lot of people. I've noticed when I've had them, I get different people that would approach me, probably that we wouldn't usually approach me, that also have locks and are in that community. And yeah, it's just really interesting. I mainly just do it for myself because I've always been into decorating my hair with feathers and hair wraps, and I just love not having to brush my hair every day. and it's just really easy for me to maintain in the lifestyle that I have. And I love making special oils and being able to smell them. And this is 7 years of my hair being like this, and they were not always looking at it like this. It took many years. So that's something to know to come into it, is that you will go through some like ugly stages, but those are just the stages to embrace the frizz, the kinks and curls, and they're not always gonna be like perfectly round. Some may be flat and go to a different area. Some may want to coin together, and I forgot what they called that, something like a bongo or something, but two locks will like form together and come out the sides. So they're really easy for me to maintain. I basically got it down, and yeah, no more of carrying this weight. And it was also good to do this to see like the health of my hair. Some people have issues of mold or mildew. It just seemed like I had some lint, and I feel no matter how clean you keep yourself, you're always gonna get some like lint from clothing or from the environment, and I didn't have too much lint. And I don't know what to do with this thing of hair. It kind of just feels like me, you know, and I'm not weirded out by it. I think I just may keep it. Maybe I can make a pillow out of it. I don't know, a stuffed animal. Or I'll give it to a tree, like really high up, and maybe make a nest, put some twigs in there. But yeah, this is what came out of my head, and I'm gonna keep it for right now until my intuition tells me what to do with it next. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments and I'd be happy to answer them. Stay wild, be you, be natural, embrace who you are, and you only have this life to live as the avatar you have now. So if you've always wanted to have your hair locked like this, like how we used to have it for ancient times in many different cultures, had locks in their hair, and it feels like part of our ancestry in a way too, to just go for it. You can always brush them out. It's not permanent. You don't have to shave your head. You just have to have patience with either brushing them out, and also patience in developing the growth, because they shrink and then they elongate a little bit. It's like a house that kind of like they settle in. But I have some that are really short and tiny, and then some that are longer, and they all are unique, and that's what I like. My hair is like my art, you know. I'm decorating it and more embracing it now. And then sometimes I just want to like hide it and bundle it up and put a scarf. And what I really liked about another pro of having your hair like this is that if you had hair like mine that's like really flat and straight and not that much volume, I love the volume and texture that it adds to my hair instead of having it just so flat and in your face. Another benefit of having locks is that you can take some in the back and tie it like this. Okay, I'll turn around to show you. And then you have your own hairdo, you have your own hair tie. So that's kind of cool. All right. The only thing that I didn't like is carrying this weight. That's the only negative thing that I could think of for right now. But it really teaches you to accept yourself, because you're gonna feel like your hair is really not cooperating some days, and then some days it feels really healthy and soft and smooth. But with the proper hair care and nourishment and the way you feed your body and sunlight exposure, all of that, you can have like really healthy locks. So until next time, peace and love. Take care.